Good afternoon, guys. I wanted to work with you a little bit while I'm out on Thursday, October 10th, and I wanted to share with you, catch up a little bit on some things. So I know Miss Hawkins and the other teachers, they shared a lesson with you. I wanted to basically check in with you guys and tell you about some updates. I wanted to first continue that lesson with you a little bit, just expand upon it a little bit so we don't miss a day of class. I wanted to make sure you guys are in check with your assignments, which assignments you have to do, and I'll show you how to get to those. And finally, I wanted to make you guys aware of a slight change. I'm going to be in class from 9:30 to 10. If you guys are able to come in, we can do a Q&A. So it's not mandatory, but I know I originally said class was canceled. I can do a Q&A in the morning. That's Thursday. I'll check in there, see if anybody's there. Anything you guys need help with from this week or from previous weeks, feel free to come in and ask for questions, okay? Otherwise, your main concern is getting on top of these assignments that were due this week, the new assignments, as well as last week's stuff. So let me pick up. I believe Miss Hawkins and the students, or rather, I'm sorry, the teachers, they left off right around here. They were working on decimal to fraction conversion and fractional to decimal conversion, basically changing between one and the other. So I'm hoping you guys, I have this lesson posted. We'll get that recording up as well. But just in case you guys missed it or you need a little bit more on it, I think they left off about halfway, which is when we get to fraction to decimal conversion. I wanna make sure you guys are comfortable with that. Um, if you see the example here, and this is in your slideshow, we've got a fraction now, and I know this is, for some of you, an introduction to fractions. You guys may have, I'm sure you had them last year, but we haven't touched on them too much this year at all. So I don't wanna get too heavy into fractions. This serves as a basic intro, but you guys know, I think, that you've got your top and bottom number, our numerator, denominator, and this is 24 out of 100, and this is equivalent to our decimal, um, identification of this, which is 24 hundredths, okay? Now, what I wanted to show you guys was if we have 1 or 2 digits over 10 or 100, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's 9 tenths, so that would be 0.9, okay? Let me see something here, if this will work. So this would simply be 0.9, 9 tenths. Now, you can do division with these as well. You can do division and you can end up with the same number in your calculator. So if you do 9, top number, divided by 10, bottom number, guess what'll end up in your calculator? Zero point 0.9. And that'll work for any fraction, okay? If I go back here and show you the same idea, let me scroll back here. Oh, I know why. Hold on. Oh, there we go. If I scroll back, this is the same as saying 24 divided by 100. I end up with 24 hundredths, okay? That will always work. But what I wanted to show you guys was, where does this lead if we don't have a 10 or a 100 on the bottom? Like here's another one with 10. We're going to end up with 3 tenths, 0.3. Will that work if we have a number other than 10, 100, or another base 10,000 at the bottom? It will, but you might get some kind of funky decimals, some kind of weird ones. Like if you do 1 divided by 9, okay? Same process. You're gonna have 1 divided by 9, and this is one of those instances where I encourage you guys to get out your calculators because they will definitely help, and if you punch in 1 divided by 9 on your calculator, you're gonna come up with this decimal. I don't know if it's showing, but I'll illustrate it here. 0. point 1, 1, 1, and it keeps going. And I believe Miss Hawkins and them went over with you. That's called a repeating decimal. So you could express this by putting a 0 and a 1 with a line over it, and it just tells you it keeps going. Okay? Let me try to get to my next slide here. Oh, where is it? The screencast is in the way. Hold on. Oh, I know why I did the same thing. Won't let me go to the next slide if I'm doing that. All right, here we go. So all we have left is the exit ticket, which I believe they gave you. If not, you can click on it here in the slides, and your iExcel assignments are already released inside of Canvas. Now, speaking of Canvas, hopefully this will show up for you guys too. I added 2 other assignments that you can take off with on the afternoon. So again, making sure your past and current assignments have been completed and caught up on. If you have everything caught up, there's a new gizmo in here, Gizmo Modeling Decimals. And if you click on here, you've got the student exploration document that'll help you go through the gizmo, and a vocabulary sheet that helps you go through the gizmo. If you forgot how to register for Gizmo, it's all in here, my resource guides, setting up Gizmo. Okay, that's in there. So what I would do is I would click on, where is it? I would click on each of these sheets under Gizmo materials, decimal grid, student explanation. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong assignment. My bad. It's down here, the new ones. Sums and differences, decimal vocabulary, sums and differences, decimal student exploration. Those will help you if you have those in a new tab, and then go to your Gizmo, which when you log in, you find your class. It will look, let's see where it is here. It should look something like this. You get in there and then just use the student guide. Here it comes. The student guide to help you. Okay. And you'll be all set following that. So that's something you can work through in the afternoon. I also put out the Ed puzzle assignment. That one is to be turned in. Now, where did that go here? Ed puzzle. Let's see. I had it. Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. It's right here. Ed puzzle. That's ready to go, and same thing, if you didn't register for an Edpuzzle account, that those directions are up here. That shouldn't be too bad. I think it's pretty straightforward. That's for a grade. You submit a screenshot of your completed lesson after you're done. Okay? So I gave you a 411 on the assignments, maybe some things you missed on the lesson, and I will be in touch with you guys on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.